I bought the cheapest welder on TikTok shop, and to go with it, the cheapest welding mask I could find on there as well. Together, spending around $100. In today's video, I'm going to unbox them, review them, and see if they're actually worth anything. First up with the welder, we're starting with the Pewoo welding machine. It's a 3-in-1 welding machine that says it can do stick, MIG, and TIG. I don't know about all that, but we're gonna find out. This welder normally goes for $150, but we were able to pick it up for 90 bucks. So let's see what kind of machine you get for only $90. Out the box, it's actually not that bad. It's pretty small, it's pretty compact and portable, and that's what's honestly the nicest thing about it. Bigger welders need a way bigger setup, like gas canisters, bigger lines, heavier machinery all around. So having a welder you could just throw in the back of your truck and instantly weld is pretty nice. Now taking a look at the wires, it's pretty okay. They're decent quality. It comes with a ground cable, a stinger, and your MIG gun as well. It did say it can do lift TIG welding, but it didn't come with anything to support that, so I'm honestly not even gonna try that one. What's also pretty nice about this welder is it comes with a 110 outlet, and that's pretty nice because you could use it just on any general outlet and it'll work no problem. Now that we know the capabilities of this welder, let's see the possibilities of this welder. But before we can weld anything, you gotta make sure you don't go blind. So I picked up this TikTok shop welding mask, and I think it's gonna be able to do the job just fine. It feels cheap, it doesn't look the best, but hey, it has some settings. You can adjust what you want, and at the end of the day, I just need my eyes to be protected from the sparks, and this is what it's gonna do. If you wanna spend more on a welding mask, you 100% can. You'll get a better quality mask with a bigger viewing vision and probably a snappier auto darkness system, but hey, I don't really care. This welder was 90 bucks. I'm spending 10 on a helmet. Let's just get to welding. So before we weld anything together, let me give you guys a little disclaimer that I've never actually welded anything before. This is my first time. So honestly, this is a great test to see if this is a good beginner machine. As someone who's never welded before, not a professional, just someone who's at home and just fucks around and does shit by himself. Let's see if this can get the job done for you beginners as well. So the first thing this machine can do is stick welding. And this is one of the oldest and toughest ways you can weld. What you use are these metal sticks called electrodes. And it's basically just a metal rod coated in something called flux. When you touch this metal rod onto the material you are welding, it creates an arc, melting the metal, turning the flux into gas, and fusing everything together. That flux thing I was talking about earlier burns up when the weld starts, and that flux turns into gas, coating your weld and creating something called slag. And this slag is going to be shown on top of your weld, and all you have to do is chip it away, and your weld is right underneath, protected and beautiful. From what we can see, it does a pretty decent job at stick welding. It's quite easy, gets the job done, and honestly, this would be probably my preferred method on how to weld. All right, can this machine stick weld? Yes, it can. Is it good at it? It's okay, I'm not gonna lie. There's a bunch of different settings like amperage, voltage, welding settings that I haven't really dialed into. So honestly, I would say that after dialing in those settings perfectly, stick welding wise, it's great. It's very easy. It seems like it can hold very well. And overall, I just feel like it's a very easy and simple way to get to welding. Next up, we have Flux Core MIG welding. This one's like a hot glue gun, but for welding. What you use is this gasless flux welding wire, and it feeds out the metal wire out of this tip, slowly feeding material, burning up, and creating a nice weld that you can use. Because it's gasless, this comes with flux, so your work is protected as you go. There's no gas needed. Just plug it in, set your wire up, and you can get to welding. This is probably the most beginner-friendly setup, and it's probably best if you use it for outdoor jobs or just small jobs here and there. Now, if you want to start MIG welding, there is a little bit more setup to it than stick welding, and as long as you follow everything I'm doing in the video, you should be fine. Make sure that you are using the correct wire, make sure that you're using the correct tip, and if I were you, I would just watch a few videos on some tips and tricks on how to MIG weld. Now, I'm not a pro in any sense, but if I could give you any advice, it's to make sure your setup is correct, make sure you clean your materials properly, use the correct tip size, and then just mess around with your welder settings to find the perfect sweet spot with the metals you're working with. After everything is set up, just do a few practice rounds to make sure you got it down. And in this clip, what I'm basically doing is just welding two files together to show you guys how the welds turn out of this welder. As you can see, the welds are pretty solid. And like I said, the more you tap into the settings and get better at welding, honestly, this little machine can get you right. Now, all right, guys, after the MIG welding, honestly, I like MIG welding more than the stick welding because being able to control with the handle and the wire feeding, I feel like it's just way more easy to control. And honestly, I feel like you get better welds out of it anyway. Not to say that the stick welding isn't as good. They're for like different case scenarios. I feel like for more bigger projects, I would use the stick welding that's more tighter and stronger. But if I want to be more precise, let's say like I'm working on my car or something, I'll feel like I would definitely prefer the MIG welding. Again, like I said, this kit should be able to do lift TIG welding, and there probably is support for it, and Pewoo probably has a TIG welder setup for it. But It didn't come in the box, so I was only able to review the stick welding and the MIG welding. Now lastly, we're gonna do a little strength test. Here I'm basically just hitting the weld with the hammer and nothing's happening. Now next, me and Trollinator pick each other up off of the welds we just made, and hey, these welds are holding. I was able to hammer it off, but not able to break the original weld. So hey, this shit's actually not that bad.
It's holding. Yo. Oh, it just broke like that.
It broke before the. Come over, get this real quick. It broke the actual file before the welds.
Damn.
Before the welds broke.
Now at the end of the day, this welder has its pros and cons. Same with the shitty mask I got, but I think overall this setup is super affordable for anyone who kind of slowly wants to start getting into welding. Being less than $100 and able to weld almost anything you want, I think this setup gets the trolley stamp of approval. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, sub to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.